Hello, once again, this is Brother Teacher. I got a message um, with a question from one of my uh, YouTube viewers, as it were. And the question was, who do I think or believe that the Bruce Lee of today is? And I had to pause for a moment. And after that pause, here I am answering that question to that viewer and even disclosing my sincere feelings. Now, as it relates to those people who are already in the movie industry, in action films, in martial arts action films, and so forth, I can't really see another Bruce Lee or another person that can fit the shoes that Bruce Lee wore. It's impossible to be someone else because we are all uniquely who we are. We're just uniquely who we are. So you are the best you that you can possibly be, and every other man or woman are the best individual that they are. So it is possible to reverence another human being in some capacity or another, and then maybe take on some of their attributes or traits. That's highly possible. But it is impossible to become another Bruce Lee. But I do understand the context that the question was worded in. And I will say this: I am the new Bruce Lee. There are others, I do believe. Now, when I say I am the new Bruce Lee, I mean that I have the same mindset as it relates to freedom of expression in the martial arts. Taking that which is useful and utilizing that and doing those things that are uniquely you or yours. That is what my system of Jinindo is predicated on. So I've known this for many, many years. This is not something that I just had some premonition or some dream through the night and decided that I'm the new Bruce Lee. I don't wear this banner and I don't wear it on my sleeve, but I know who I am, what I represent, and what I believe. So when someone says, who do you think the new Bruce Lee is? It's not necessarily who you think it should be. It's not someone who has already had some Hollywood credentials, as it were. It's not someone who's necessarily an Asian. It's not someone who is necessarily a action star. It could be the common man to you. Now, I was not fortunate and or blessed to have a wealthy family, as Lee did. I was not fortunate to have been born in the United States and or lived in China or Hong Kong and had that experience and come back to the United States and make films. Didn't have that. But what I do have is a passion for the martial arts and what it truly represents, what it's supposed to represent. I've never taken drugs. I've never smoked cigarettes, tobacco, or even marijuana. I've never taken anything that I believed to be detrimental to my body. I've never drank alcohol. These are just a few of the qualities that I believe that most martial artists should possess. Now, some of us have guilty pleasures. I like chocolate chip cookies. Okay? I like chocolate on chocolate cake. But I don't overdo it. I don't overindulge. Just throwing it out there. So we're all human. There are some things that we enjoy doing, but at the same time we must still realize, what are we striving for? We are striving for perfection in our specific craft, and I do that daily. I take notes, I have manuscripts, and I'm working on books as it relates to martial arts. Now, I'm not interested in carrying on the traditions of some ancient masters whom I never knew. Now, at one time, I respected the traditions of the Japanese historical masters, as it were, in the 16th century before, and even to this present time. I have a great deal of respect for the Korean martial arts masters, grandmasters, pioneers, and founders, and so forth, and even Chinese, and all of those that I did not mention, but just those main three. For the most part, But it doesn't benefit me to maintain someone else's culture. That is not my culture. But I have learned that everyone has some truth. Everyone has something that is of value. And what I have done in my lifetime is synthesize those things together that I have learned throughout the various martial arts systems and or styles that I have studied. And then I have come up with the conclusion of the very natural way. That's my expression. Jinin, Do. Jinin, very natural, and Do is way. And that's Japanese. So, who is the Bruce Lee of today? There are many, and I'm one of them. Because I understand Jeet Kune Do. I have studied Wing Chun. And I believe in taking that again, that is useful for you, the individual, and not simply traditionally followed. I don't want to copy forms or kata by rote only. I want to understand the science of what I do, and I teach my students the same, the physics, how things work in martial arts. And if I have students of all statures, of all sizes, and all makes and models, I let them have their own individual expression within my system. Not try to make them believe that this way is the right way and that way is the wrong way. Whatever is right for you, the individual, then that is what you strengthen. Everything that one person does is not necessarily good for you. So that is what my system is based on. Just in brevity. Just so you know. So who is the Bruce Lee of today? Again, before I conclude, I am one of the Bruce Lees of today. Because he was my first inspiration. He was the one who inspired me. As a child, he was an idol to me. But as an adult, I simply respect him as being a pioneer of the martial arts. That's it, and that's all. If you have anything that you would like to add to this conversation, then I'm just concluding. Please feel free to do so. And if you think that there's someone that is the new Bruce Lee, Tony Jai, Jet Li, or whomever who are growing up in age right now, a lot of these guys, then you let me know. But understand this, what was the fabric of Bruce Lee? What did he truly represent? Before you start concluding or jumping to conclusions and saying who is the new Bruce Lee, make sure that they embody the spirit of Bruce Lee and his mentality as it related to training. Does everybody train like Bruce Lee did? Or are people even willing to train as hard as Bruce Lee? Are people even willing to learn the deeper, darker secrets of the martial arts? And not just simply that, on the outside, being those outer dwellers, so to speak. I like to know the true mysteries, not just the things on the outside, the superficial. It goes a lot deeper than kicking and punching. And if you don't know this, you don't know martial arts. This is Grandmaster Stroud, also known as Brother Teacher. I'll see you in the next video, and so long.